3, 2, 1, go!
What's up, everybody? That's right. Felons Ain't Failures Podcast is back in the building. I'm your boy, Coach Chuck, the podcast pastor.
What's going on, everybody? This your boy, Big Bro Los. Appreciate everybody coming in, checking out the podcast today.
And we thank you for that applause. Big bro, what's going on, man?
Bro, what's going on?
Show me some love.
Love you, bro. Love you, bro.
All right, so how was your weekend? Except for yesterday. I know to all my Seminole fans out there, we got one sitting out there, one next to me, man. It happens. You know, you can't win them all. But I think that's a clear picture. You can't overlook who you got in front of you. Worrying about your next one.
We ain't got to talk about everything that go on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? So I'm emotional a little bit because my nose lost, but it's all good. Other than that, bro, it was a good weekend. You know, I had to do a little work at work, but it was a good day. How about you?
Oh man, I actually worked yesterday. Put a little time in at the job, but it was good. You know, it's just good still to be able to get some rest. I went to a football game. Me and Cuzzo went Friday night. So check out Tampa Bay Tech and Venus.
Okay.
So that was a pretty good game till it got to the end, and they stretched it out on them. But
real quick, bro.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know I drive a school bus, so I want to give a shout-out to all the bus compounds. We did a drive yesterday. Shout out to 49th Street Bus Compound. Yeah. Appreciate everybody jumping on the site, locking into the podcast and subscribing. I saw everybody come in on the team, so we appreciate everybody. Walter Purnell, where I'm from, what's happening? Tarpon Springs, Clearwater, everybody. Good looking out. Represent the podcast. Everybody make sure you subscribe. Appreciate your bus drivers and your TBAs too. I know a lot of y'all look at it. Y'all tell me every day, I saw your podcast. I appreciate the love. Team appreciate the love. Good looking out.
Yes, sir. One time for the shout out.
Yeah.
Listen, man, we normally do this at the end, but I think we ought to do it now. We appreciate everybody that's rocking with us on this journey, man, but we have to remind y'all, as y'all see this content, we need you to like it. We need you to share it. We need you to comment. And if you have not subscribed to our new YouTube channel, it's right here. And it'll roll at the bottom of the screen. We need you to go on there, hit subscribe, and hit those notification buttons so you can be notified whenever we drop some content, all right? Yes. But we appreciate y'all, man. This thing gonna be big. Just stay with us. Grow as we grow. You know, that's our favorite thing. But, bro, I think we got some. I don't think it's gonna take a whole lot of time, but I say let's dive into it. And I say this because today we want to talk about self-sabotage.
Okay.
And I think that's it's personally something that I suffer with and I struggle with in my own life. And I know a lot of my felons struggle with it, and even a lot of people that support the felons is self-sabotage, because I think sometimes we get distracted from our lack of success because of the system that's been set against us as black man first, as brown man first, as felon second. You know, and I think sometimes, bro, we get so distracted on, the system won't let me go forward and it ain't designed for me, that I think it's a trick of the enemy or the opposition, because it causes us not to focus on what are we doing.
Okay.
And sometimes the problem ain't the opposition. The problem ain't the people on your job. The problem ain't your family. Sometimes the problem is us. Sometimes we are in our own way. And so today I think we need to let's talk about self-sabotage. And what we want y'all to understand is a lot of these topics and information that we deliver, our goal is to create a spark in your mind that'll cause you to create some action and some type of motion in your own life. You know what I'm saying? So today, let's just create a spark. Let's give them something to think about, and maybe a self-assessment. And real quick before you get in there, because I know you're going to break the word down.
Yes, sir.
We got a special guest in the studio, so we're going to bring him up a little later, and we're going to do a little group coaching on him up here. If we can get him to be honest, let's talk about that life. But go ahead, bro. What you got for us? He wasn't even ready for it,
but he gonna get it today.
But you don't come here and don't be ready to work. I remember the first time Lopez came. He didn't know he was coming to take over.
He gonna get it. Just because he's sitting back there in the chair, he ain't gonna get to stay back there. But listen, bro. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it might be me, but it seems like every time we get ready to drop an episode, man, it's like a topic or something that I either have not heard, or I don't talk about that much or hear about that much. And when we first said let's drop self-sabotage, I'm like, whoa, self-sabotage. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm maybe I'm out of the circle a little bit, you know, because I'm old or whatever. But when I heard it, it immediately came to mind, like, how much people do that.
Yeah.
You know, how I've done it to myself. You know, self-sabotage. And I wrote down, it was like when people intentionally or unintentionally take actions or have thought patterns that prevent them from achieving their goals or their well-being. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. See, read that again, big bro.
I'm going to read it one more time. When people intentionally or unintentionally, don't even know they're doing it, take actions or have thought patterns that prevent them from achieving their goals and well-being, bro. You know, and I was like, whoa, you know, so when I was reading that, you know, and it's y'all can hear what it says. Y'all can read between the lines. It's what we do to ourselves.
Yeah.
It's what we do to ourselves. You know, we kill the dream before we even go to sleep, bro.
Say that one more time. I got to put something on there. Say that one more time.
We kill the dream before we even go to sleep. It's over. We done shot it down.
That mean before it got started, we stopped it.
We stopped it. Nobody else did, bro. We did.
Yeah.
We stopped it.
And like you said, it could be intentionally or unintentionally.
Unintentionally.
Like you could know you're doing it and you could not know you're doing it.
Right.
So first of all, I think now I got that. Now we can dispel the myth that or we can accept the truth that sometimes, you know, we just say like, you talk yourself out of something before you get into it.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's a big thing. Because I remember Smurf said something, which we're gonna bring him on to talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
But let's deal with I like how you said the unintentional and intentionally.
Okay.
So let's kind of deal with that. Maybe we can go into some stuff. So you got something on how we unintentionally self-sabotage ourselves?
I don't think sometimes we don't listen to ourselves. You know, we get into this realm and we create a never-ending circle of negativity and lowering our self-worth. You know, regardless of what it is, you know, we see somebody doing something successful and we say, yeah, well, I can't do that. You know, I done did it to myself. You know, or we settle, you know, it might be a certain job, you know, we connect to this employment, you know, where we just mediocre making some money because the job is easy.
Correct.
Whereas if we could find a better job that pays more money, but it want us to work harder, we might have to be more educated. You know, we're like, nah, I don't want to do that. You know, self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah.
You know, I'm intentionally doing it to myself. You know, I'm intentionally doing it myself.
Because it's when your actions or your thoughts.
Right.
So it could be the way we think, and it could be like you said, the job may cause you to have to get a different level of education.
Yeah.
So our actions. So we don't want to step up from an action standpoint.
Right.
We don't want to unlearn. You know what I'm saying? And remove certain thought processes from our mind.
Right.
You know, because when I think about it, when we think about people unintentionally self-sabotaging, a lot of that is that they refrain from doing what's best for them, or they don't do what's best for them and what's best to help them get where they want to go because of erroneous beliefs. A lot of times we believe stuff that we heard other people say. Our belief system is influenced by the TV we watch. It could be influenced by the music you listen to, and it could be influenced by the people who you sit around and let have your ear. Right. And then, you know, once we take this to the big picture, because if you go back to the Bible in the Garden of Eden, when it talks about how slick the devil is so slick that he can take pieces of information, what you think is harmless, just casual talk, and that information, that when people talk about doubt, this ain't gonna never happen for us, or this system ain't set up for us. The devil take that, people words become seeds. Okay. So when that's why they say you got to be careful about who you allow to speak into your life.
Absolutely.
Because when you're around people who never have a progressive, positive conversation, those negative, or the system is against us, or that's why it's that much harder for us to fight, or they want me to have all this to get that. That type of conversation becomes seeds in our mind, and later on they hatch. And a lot of times they don't hatch until you make up in your mind that, okay, I want to get this going in my life, or I want to position myself to be able to do this. Now those conversations and influence that people have been having over your life, that doubt, that fear, that lack of courage, that lack of opportunity that black people never have, that fellas never have, it begins to hatch and it starts to feed doubt into you, and it takes away your courage, and it takes away your consistency. And then that's another level of unintentional self-sabotage.
Right. You don't even know you're doing it.
Because you intended to be successful. Right. You intended to change your life. You intended to raise your kids. You intended to bless your family and cover, provide and protect your family. But stuff that been sown in your mind at the water fountain and at the bar and in the trap and under the tree and at the card table and at the domino table, that conversation, all that stuff that was bounced around was nothing but seeds that planted in your mind. And then they start to form and hatch when you got ready to try to do something with your life.
Wow.
Unintentional self-sabotage.
Wow. You know, bro, and it's like we have to find a way to recognize our decisions, you know, what we're doing and the choices that we make, you know. And sometimes we do things, we make choices or whatever, you know, and in the process of doing that, we know it's wrong. We know we don't have no business doing it, you know, and we still go ahead and do it anyway for whatever reason, you know. Again, more self-sabotage, you know, and I think we just got to find a way, bro, and maybe talk to the people about how we got to come up out of that, you know, how we got to come up out of that. You know.
I got a few things that we'll talk about how to fight this thing with self-sabotage, but something just came to mind, bro. Among men.
Yes, sir.
When we talk about marriage, relationships, and stuff like that, and you hear a lot of men say, "Oh, I can't get married. I won't get married because I'm not ready yet." You understand what I'm saying? I won't get married because I'm not ready yet. And I think that come from that they're afraid that the behavior that they always had in their past. I think they're afraid that behavior is going to repeat itself in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't ready yet because as soon as I see somebody fine or another chick try to holler at me, even though in their heart they love this woman and they know they want to marry this woman, but they just not ready yet because they don't know if they can fight or defeat the temptation to mess with another woman who may come at you.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, so because part of your definition was you said, the end of you said they it's the actions and behavior that prevent them from their well-being.
Right.
So what I'm saying is the Bible said when a man find a wife, he find a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. So no matter how we feel about women and marriage, the truth is that when you got a good woman in your life and you marry that woman and you cover, you protect, and you provide for that woman, your life has gotten just that much better.
Already.
It's the old behaviors that messes that situation, that flow up, right? So when men are afraid of their old behavior repeating itself, so it prevents them from making that next step that makes their life better, that's an unintentional self-sabotage. And I want to use that because a lot of men haven't stepped into the favor that's supposed to be on their life because they keep running from committing to a relationship with a woman when God designed you. He said it's not good that man be alone. God designed it from the beginning that we all have help in our life, whether it's to pay bills, it's to raise kids, for us to pursue our dreams. We're supposed to have a helpmate. But many of us, because of how we live and how we've been influenced and what the music rap about and what the TV shows show, we say, oh, I ain't ready for all that. Ain't that you ain't ready for it because that ain't how you made, because we were made to cover. We were made to father. We were made to protect and provide for women. But because of the influence that been in our life, this music, this TVs, those conversations, we feel like we ain't ready. And so we keeping ourselves from walking in that higher level of living, self-sabotage unintentionally. And you don't even know it. You think you just a player. You know what I'm saying? You think you just a Mac. You don't want to do this because there's just so many women out there. I don't know what I want. No, that's a seed that was planted a long time ago.
Right.
And that's an unintentional self-sabotage.
Right.
You in your own way from experiencing the life, the success, the financial stability that you want for your life.
Yeah, making excuses.
Making excuses. Like they tell everybody, no matter where you go in life, it takes somebody. God work through people.
Absolutely.
So for some reason, some people, especially men, we think that we can attain this great life by ourselves. When God designed everything to work through partnership and relationship.
Networking.
So when he say, if you find a good wife, you find a good thing to get favor, why we ain't ready? You ain't ready to be successful? You ain't ready to have financial stability? You ain't ready to have peace? You ain't ready to have joy? You ain't ready to have somebody take you to the doctor when you get older? You ain't ready to have somebody to share dinner with? Come on, man. Self-sabotage, bro.
Self-sabotage, bro.
And I'm speaking for me. I'm speaking for me. You know what I'm saying? I ran for stuff because of conversations and things that influenced my thinking. And I was unintentionally committing self-sabotage. I've been in my own way of blocking the favor in life that I'm supposed to have right now. People think favor is just a church term. Oh, when in church, favor the Lord. No, favor is for your life. Church is something you attend. That's something you participate in. The favor is on your life if you do it the right way.
And I feel like, bro, and again, you shared
Sorry about that 15-minute rant.
But you shared your experience about how it is with you and with me, especially when men talking about like, I ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I believe I said I was ready. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but are you? You know what I mean? It's you can be prepared so you think, but that's not how it works. That ain't nothing. You don't check everything off the list and say, okay, now I can go do it.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. You're gonna have to put the work in, so I feel that when you start that, am I ready? If I'm ready, obviously that's some sabotage to yourself right now already.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, so when you get into that relationship, because there's a whole lot of ways that you can self-sabotage in a relationship, and I just feel like when you do that to yourself, you probably developing a pattern of self-sabotage all the way around. You probably do it in your relationships. You probably do it at work. You probably do it in your own personal life. Just whatever it is to elevate you. You know how
it goes. They say how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if you cheat one way, you'll cheat every way. Go ahead, though.
And you was talking about, a lot how God put people around you,
yes.
put you in certain places, But how many of us refuse? Not mentally saying I'm refusing what God gave it to me, but when that kind of stuff is around you, then you refuse it. I don't need that help. I don't want nobody help. Or I'm so much of a man, that I can do it all by myself, and it's never getting done.
That's right.
Self-sabotage.
Nobody ever did anything by themselves.
Self-sabotage.
But messed them up.
That negative self-talk, and then you get connected to a self-defeating behavior. Correct. Connected, bro.
Yeah.
When you connected to something, bro, you're locked in.
Yeah.
You're locked in. You
can't, no matter how you move, it's right there with you. I think in church they call it a stronghold.
That's exactly what they call it.
But that's just self-sabotaging behavior.
Self-sabotaging, bro. Self-sabotaging, bro.
Yes,
I'm just saying.
No,
I mean, I'm talking to me too now.
Yeah.
I'm talking to me too now.
Yeah. I thought we was going to talk about self-sabotaging and pursuing goals, but it's all we talking about black men in relationships and bringing this family structure back together.
Man, sometimes.
So let's just shift. That's where we at.
Sometimes the podcast just go.
Yeah, because that's what we need to talk about. I think the break, we all know from a long time ago, and part of it was the scheme and the strategy of the system that was set against us, was to break down our family structure. So right now, I guess we can make a call, and I'm talking to you, and I'm saying, black man, if you haven't made that step, start getting yourself ready, position yourself to be able to make that step, because it's time for us to restore our family structure.
Absolutely.
Like we supposed to have it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We got to do it for our wives. We got to do it for these kids. Like, we got to take something back to how it used to be. You know what I'm saying?
And we have to set an example for our family, man, especially for our kids. And us black men, we can't go out there being a fool, and then when our daughter come home crying about somebody who was probably just like us.
Yeah.
She done ran up on somebody how we used to be. But we done developed this pattern, of not being committed, not being faithful, treating women like they don't need to be treated. Now, for it done happened to our daughter. Now we sit here trying to break it down and make her feel better. Set the example for her.
And we all guilty of that.
Oh,
all us. Don't think we talking down like we speaking our truth. Yeah, we speaking our truth.
This coming from right here with me, bro. I'm telling you. Then when I got ready to talk to my daughter about certain things, I'm like, well, you know what? You got to walk right, Los.
Yeah.
You got to walk right, man. She need to see that what a man need to be from her daddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you right now, fellas, and y'all already know, if you don't teach her, the wrong person going to teach her.
Yes, sir.
The wrong person going to teach her.
And some of us, you remember how we taught them.
Ooh.
I don't want my daughter to be taught like that. Neither one of them.
No,
you know what I'm saying? If they ain't already been through it, hey, Lord, protect them from it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think we went on a little rant, but I think it's much needed.
Yeah.
We're going to bring our special guests up while we flow into this next section. We got coming in on the podcast today, Daryl Smurf Jones.
Come on in, bro. Don't worry about that cut right now. Just come on in. Come on in. Bro.
Let's do a quick sound check. See if he on.
Bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's the team,
Pull your mic up to you. Let me hear your sound check real quick.
Mic check.
Oh, we in the building. So we gonna get it, but right now Smurf just gonna slide in on some of these conversations. But let's move to the next part. Oh, come over, yeah. We just gotta get shoulder to shoulder. All these shoulders big up here, but we'll get shoulder to shoulder. But listen, I like that. And Smurf, whenever you got something to input, just come in. I like the unintentional because let me tell you why I like it. Because y'all know this Coach Chuck, the podcast pastor. So, and y'all know I love that book. It don't really matter how people feel about it, whether you believe some of it, part of it. I'm telling you, the truth is the truth. And the Bible says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So if we suffer mentally from a mental aspect of self-sabotage from all the influences and the seeds that have been planted in our head,
right.
You said something about, okay, how do we overcome this self-sabotage? Well, the first thing we got to do, we got to renew our thinking. We got to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. So that means, and we talked about it at the table, sometimes you got to unlearn the things you've been taught. You know what I'm saying? Because some stuff wasn't taught from a good place. It may have been taught by somebody who loved you, but they could have been teaching you based on the way they lived their life. Remember we talked about, you said a long time ago about when you're in the backyard and your dad asks you, boy, how many girlfriends you got? And if you say one, they gonna clown you. So back then, we was taught that it's best to have 4 or 5 multiple girlfriends.
Bro,
Right?
am I right?
Think about it, bro.
Yeah,
You sitting around your daddy said, boy, how many girlfriends you got? You better not say one.
Yeah.
Even if you lie, I got 4 or 5.
five.
But
You
that's
ain't doing
seed.
enough. Yeah.
That's seed. So how it end up being, I'm glad we on this, how it end up being self-sabotage, because we thinking I'm cool if I got multiple girlfriends. So when we get
square if I
older,
got
we
one.
grow up thinking it's about having multiple girlfriends. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to impress
But
boss.
that was self-sabotage.
Yeah.
But they taught us that was out of love.
Yeah.
And maybe And maybe they didn't know they was teaching us. They didn't know that those words were seeds that would be planted in our minds.
They never corrected it. They never came back and said, oh, hey, I was just playing with you. That ain't what you're supposed to do. What
Yeah.
you're supposed to do. No, if anything, they enhanced it and built it and watered it and made it grow. Like, man, all right, you need to be strong with that.
Yeah.
You need to be strong with the multiple women.
And it's the
that kind of
sad thing about it. You and I know. I know my daddy. You know my daddy. You know your daddy.
saying that.
Our daddy ain't had multiple girlfriends.
No, he
so
did
why was
not.
he telling us that? Why was he telling us that? Because that
Was the
has
seed
always
planted in
been a
him.
topic of conversation
was the
from
seed
African man daddies to African man daddies.
Pops wasn't nothing like that, bro.
No,
But
but
that was the
that was the
seed planted in him.
conversation we had.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
apparently it was given to him.
Exactly.
And we know dad was locked in with mom. But at the same time, he not thinking about it, and I love my daddy to death. That wasn't his intention.
Right.
But that was a seed of self-sabotage.
It's what?
So be you transformed
Yeah.
by the renewing of your mind. That's where it began at. So now this is where y'all got to come in. Y'all, we got to give them some, like, how do you renew your mind? How do you, I say you got to unlearn the things you've been taught. So my thing is, for me, and then we're going to go down by example, what does it mean for you? We'll go to you, Los, and we'll go to you, Smurf. What does it mean for you to renew your mind? How do you be transferred? So for me, I renew my mind by, of course, I like to read the Bible.
Right.
But I also read other books. But I read, and when I read like self-help books and things like that, the Bible, it causes me, when I see the Bible talk about something, then it'll show me in my life, I can look and say, am I doing it that way or am I not? You know, my mind is renewed by me reading the Word of God. That might not be for everybody.
Right.
I would recommend if anybody asks me, because I don't care about what people say, contradiction and conspiracies. I'm telling you, most people who say that have never got in that book.
Right.
But if you get in that book and that truth, when they say the truth will set you free, when you get in that book and you start reading about those principles and this is how God wanted people to act. When people act like this, God did this. When they act like this, God blessed this. Once you start seeing that in that book and you start seeing your life, it would change the way you think.
Yeah.
So for me, I can renew my mind. I can unlearn stuff I was learned by diving into that word.
Okay.
Now, it's for everybody, but it ain't for everybody.
Okay.
But to those it's for, boy, it's hot back here. We talking now. For those it's for, it'll work for you.
Okay.
Lopez probably turned the phone off. Fan off. You know, he be cold. But go ahead, bro.
Okay, so
coming to you, Smurf.
Now, sometimes, you know, I might need a minute or he might have to call me early in the day, ask me a question. Okay, let me elaborate on it a little bit.
Not
today. He done came at me a little bit. But see, I feel like what I do is, or what I've been trying to do is, you know, not make these snap decisions in my life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because a lot of times, you know, I react on emotion, bro. Okay. I react on emotion.
Wow.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's whether it's good or bad, you know, because sometimes my intentions are good, you know, but I didn't think out the process. I didn't recognize my decisions, you know, and what exactly I was doing. And I react on emotion, man, especially if I'm upset about something.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom. I move quick. But what I've been trying to do, and even though you might not have 10 minutes to make the decision, I feel like I try to move my thought process so fast, you know, fast enough where I'm like, okay, well, you know what? If I do it that way, then all this is gonna make like a domino effect. It's gonna be a snowball thing, and it's gonna roll the wrong way, and that's what we want. That's not what I want. So I'm trying to be a little smarter about my choices. I'm trying to really recognize the decisions I make as a man and how they're gonna relate to what's going on in my everyday. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, if what I'm saying right now gonna destroy the moment and carry on in tomorrow, the next day, you know, the next day, the weekend, all because I based it on emotion.
Okay.
And I'm trying not to do that, man. I'm trying to be a little more relaxed and a little more calm, recognize my decisions and the choices I'm about to make so that I can grow and not do the intentional sabotage.
Okay. Bro. I like that. So for me, it was getting that word. For you, it sounds to me like you saying you become more selfless in your decision making.
Right.
And you and kind of what it is, because I think a lot of times we make decisions based on how we feel and what we think. And being a leader, being a protector, being a provider, being a priest of your family, you have to, like you say, you have to consider your decisions making. So sometimes for some people, slowing down on making decisions, making certain moves, can eliminate some self-sabotage.
Gotta pump my brakes.
I like that. So, Mr. Smurf.
Yes, sir.
I want you to kind of tell us, like, hey, you know what? Let me hit you here.
Let me answer that question.
You ready to answer?
Okay, so he ready for it.
Slick talking stuff. Let's go. Come on with it.
From my personal experience, I'm an alpha male, so I had to learn to dial
Which
back.
that could be self-sabotage when you say it to yourself. Go ahead.
It's very self-sabotaging because by that being said, that means you feel like you are over-empower everything. Wow. And that's not the case. Wow. You need to help me. I wish I was up here when you guys were talking about relationships because you need to help me.
I saw your bite though, bro.
You need to help me.
Bring it out. Whatever you feel.
You as a male, you need to help me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because this about to see, and I tell people, and I'm not to cut you off, but I tell people that I want them to grow and watch us grow. So even when we have these conversations, what you finna speak, you finna talk to yourself. I don't know what you finna say, but then this for you to grow, and this for us to grow, and this for our watchers. Y'all need to grow with us. Let's go, Smurf. My bad.
So with that being said,
with
me being, first and foremost, I had to realize I had to be intentional and stop speaking and talking about doing things and actually be intentional on doing them.
Okay.
And my first step was...
be about it. You said you got to be about it.
My first step was, and only you know this, bro, but a lot of my issues that I had about marriage, the job, anything in life, I come to you and talk to you about it. Like, you have to find that person that you feel comfortable enough to know that your personal life, whatever you're going through, ain't gonna go past them.
Okay.
And that's not for everybody. You can't tell everybody what you're doing because some people will pray against your downfall. But me being intentional, as far as my relationship, I took it a step further. And this is one thing that most black people are scared of, not just black men. I actually go to a therapist.
Ooh,
and sit down with these people.
I'm waiting on somebody to advertise with us because that's what we believe in.
We done been there.
We there.
That's manifested in me to be a greater man for my wife, for my kids, for my family, and just for my how can I put this? My environment in general.
Yeah.
Therapy, man. Therapy. You can't do it by yourself. Nothing on earth is done by themselves. The only person that could do it by himself was God.
That's it.
Other than that, he gave Adam a helpmate.
Yes.
He gave me my helpmate.
Right.
He gave bro his helpmate.
Yep.
He got his. He just ain't. He ain't.
Oh, we gonna talk
yet.
about that on the episode, but yeah, she there. Shout out to Queen.
But yeah, you have to be intentional.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you just need you have to pray for guidance and for him to guide you as you being guided.
Okay.
I love that, but guess what? We are out of time.
Yeah.
Boy, you gonna
Y'all
have to
want some more?
Yeah, but
Y'all
you gonna
want
have to
some
tune
more?
in next week.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah,
tune
yeah,
in next
yeah,
week.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
I want to say something before Big Bro closes out. Man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, for tapping in, for locking in. Remember, like, share, comment. Go to that YouTube page, Felons Ain't Failures 42. This is a new page, Felons Ain't Failures 42. Hit that subscription, hit them notification bells. We got merch that's available. We got studio time you can rent. Go to the website, FAFpodcast42.com, and you can access us like that. Man, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Big Bro, take us out.
Hey, I just want to say real quick to all my brothers out there that's locked up, to all the sisters that's out there that's locked up. We got y'all. We representing y'all. We trying to provide information, show all the support, talking to your people that's out there, your family member that's out there, let them know, hey, we are here for y'all. We hopefully that we can get these episodes to you. You know, we trying to get to it one day where we can come right there where you're at and be live and talk to you. But we just want y'all to know that we hit this for y'all. This where this podcast was birthed from. And this what we gonna continue doing. We love y'all. Appreciate your support. Peace.
Felons ain't failure, baby.
Three, two,